Hello everyone, my name is Evelin Saragih. My student ID 2201030005. Now I will to explain my examination. Number 1. Find minimally 5 definitions of discourse analysis and write a list of main features of discourse analysis based on those definitions. What is discourse? The word discourse means language in use. It refers to any form of written, spoken, or signed communication. It is more than isolated sentences. It's about how language is organized and functions in real-life situations. So, what is discourse analysis? The study of how people use language to communicate meaning in various contexts. According to Brown and Yule 1983, discourse analysis is concerned with the analysis of language in use. Example, when someone says it's cold in here, they might actually mean please close the window. According to G 2011, discourse analysis studies language in use and how it reflects and constructs social identities, relationships, and institutions. Example, a teacher says, can you open your book, please? The language shows politeness, authority, and social position. According to Cook 1989, discourse analysis examines how stretches of language become meaningful, unified, and purposeful. Example, the sun set, the sky turned orange. These two sentences form a meaningful, unified discourse. According to Skiprin 1994, discourse analysis studies the ways in which language is used for communication in real contexts. According to McCarthy 1991, discourse analysis is the study of the relationship between language and context in which it is used. Example, saying fine can mean happy, angry, or sarcastic depending on tone and situation. Main ideas from the definition. From all definition, we can see that discourse analysis first studies language in use, not only grammar. Second, focuses on meaning, context, and function. Third, looks at both spoken and written language. Fourth, investigates how language connects to social life. Fifth, explores coherence and cohesion in communication. Main features of discourse analysis. Linguistic features. Cohesion, coherence, structure of text, turn-taking in conversation, intonation, and stress in spoken discourse. Main features of discourse analysis. Social and functional features. How language show power, identity, and relationship. How context affect meaning, use of politeness strategies, how discourse reflects culture and ideology, how speakers achieve goals, persuasion, explanation, and request. Number 2. Why do we study discourse analysis? Why study it? Because understanding language use helps us understand people, communication, and society. We study discourse analysis to first understand how people use language in real situations. Second, analyze the relationship between language, meaning, and context. Third, improve communication skills, speaking, writing, listening. Fourth, recognize how language shapes identity and power. Grammar, understanding meaning beyond sentences. Grammar explains how words combine. Discourse analysis explains how meaning is pulled across sentences. Example, it's getting late. This may mean let's go home depending on the situation. We learn to interpret hidden or implied meanings. Understanding context. Context determines the meaning of what we say. We study discourse analysis to identify situational, cultural, and social context. Type of context: situational, where and when language is used. Cultural, shared norms and values. Social, relationship between speakers. Understanding power and identity. Language reflects who we are and how we see others. It shows power relations, both employee, teacher, student. Discourse analysis reveals how language is used to control, influence, or resist. Example, a headline can shape how people think about an event. Why it matters in daily life. We use discourse every day when we speak, text, post, or write. Discourse analysis helps us avoid misunderstandings, express ideas clearly, interpret others' message correctly, communicate more effectively. Number three, describe and give the example, the meaning, discourse analysis, and the use for the spoken and written. Meaning of discourse analysis. It is not just about grammar or words. It studies how speakers and readers construct message that fit specific situations. It helps us see the real purpose behind what people say or write. Example, someone says, nice job with sarcasm. The real meaning depends on the tone and situation. Discourse in spoken form. Spoken discourse means language that is said aloud and often spontaneous. It includes conversations, interviews, speeches, classroom talk, debates. Characteristics uses tone, stress, and pauses, often informal, contains repetition or incomplete sentences. Example of spoken discourse. Example conversation. Are you coming to class? I might depend on the weather. Analysis. The answer depends on the weather is indirect. The real meaning, I don't want to go if it rains, shows how meaning is shaped by context, not just words. Functions of spoken discourse. Spoken discourse is used to build relationships, greetings, small talk, share ideas and opinions, express emotions or attitudes, give information or instruction, persuade or negotiate. Discourse analysis helps us understand these functions and how people achieve them through language. Discourse in written form. Written discourse means language that is recorded in text form. It includes essay, articles, letter, report, social media posts. Characteristics more structured and organized, use grammar and functional carefully, usually more formal than spoken discourse. Example of written discourse. Example text. Climate change is one of the most serious challenges facing humanity today. Governments must act quickly to reduce carbon emissions. Analysis. The text is formal and informative. Its function is to persuade and inform readers. Shows how written discourse convey meaning through organization and vocabulary choice. Number four, a discourse analysis carries much more than its form. It also carries its own particular function. So now the difference between linguistic form and function and describe by giving example of the spoken and written language, sentence and utterance. What is the linguistic form? Form refers to the grammatical structure or physical appearance of language. It includes word, phrases, clauses, sentence structure. Example, can you open the window? Interrogative form, question form. What is linguistic function? Function refers to the purpose or intended meaning of the utterance. It tells us why the speaker says something. Example, can you open the window? Function, a polite request, not a real question. So, form how it looks, but function what it means. Differences between form and function. Aspect definition, linguistic form, structure or grammatical type, linguistic function, communicative purpose, aspect focus, linguistic form, how it is said or written, linguistic function, what why it is said or written. Aspect example, linguistic form, could you pass the salt? Interrogative. Linguistic function, function request. Aspect key question, linguistic form, what kind of sentence? Linguistic function, what does it mean or do? Form and function in spoken language. Example 1 spoken. It's hot in here. Form declarative sentence statement. Function request asking someone to open the window. Example second. Do you know what time it is? Form question. Function asking for the time or reminding someone of lateness. Form and function in written language. Example written text. We hope you enjoy your stay with us. Form declarative sentence, function expression of hospitality, greeting or politeness. Another example, visitors must wear an ID card. Form declarative, function command or regulation. The function change based on context and intention. Sentence versus utterance. Term sentence meaning a grammatical unit with full structure exists in writing. Example, close the door. Term utterance meaning a spoken relation of a sentence in a specific context. Example, say it softly, close the door, polite request. Say it loudly, command. Conclusion, every utterance is influenced by tone, situation, and relationship. Why form and function matter? We analyze them to understand how meaning changes in different contexts. See the difference between what is said and what is meant. Improve interpretation in both spoken and written communication. Identify politeness, emotion, and social power in language use. Next, number 5, describe the role of context in interpretation, pragmatics, and discourse context, the text of situation. Introduction. Context is everything that surrounds language and gives it meaning. Without context, we cannot understand the real message behind words. Discourse analysis and pragmatics both study how context affects interpretation. Example, someone says, "You're early," could mean surprise, praise, or sarcasm depending on the context. What is context? Context is the background information that helps us interpret meaning correctly. It includes physical context, where the communication happens, linguistic context, was said before or after, social context, who is speaking and to whom, cultural context, shared belief and values. What is pragmatics? Pragmatics is a branch of linguistics that studies meaning in context. It focuses on how people use language to perform actions such as requesting, promising, thinking, apologizing. Example, can you pass the salt? Pragmatic meaning, request, not a question about ability. Pragmatic and context. Pragmatic look at how speaker's intention plus listener interpretation real meaning. The same sentence can have different meaning in different situations. Example, it's cold in here. Request, please close the window. To wear a jacket, then wear a jacket. Literal interpretation, context decide how we understand it. Discourse context. Discourse context means the connection between sentences or utterance in a text or conversation. It includes what has been said earlier, what is expected next. Example, I'm hungry. There's rice in the kitchen. The second sentence makes sense only within the discourse context. Okay, that's all my explain. Thank you.